And I heard a great voice out of heaven, saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, with the Israelites, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. Alright? It's talking about the Israelites, not regular people. People get confused of the New Testament because they don't study the Old. You have to study the Old Testament to understand the New Testament. Let's go to Exodus real quick. Exodus 25, verse 8. Exodus 25, verse 8. And let them make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them. See, the Most High is only dwelling among the Israelites. Let's get a precept for that. Let's go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel 11, verse 16. Therefore say, Thus saith the Lord God, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. See? The Most High is only dealing with the Israelites. Like in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, the same thing. He made both for the Israelites. Not saying that Gentiles can't be saved. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the Most High has not cast off his people, the Israelites, like religion, church, and people are saying in these last days. Let's go to Isaiah. Truth is going to come out, and it's coming out, and nothing the enemy can do or anybody can do to stop it. It's just the Most High pouring out his spirit. So Isaiah 12, and I want verse 6. Cry out and shout, thou inhabitants of Zion, for great is the Holy One of Israel in the midst of thee, of you. Okay, the Most High is in the midst of the Israelites. But let's get some more precepts, shall we? Let's get some more precepts. Let's go to Ezekiel 43. Ezekiel 43, and I want verse 7. And he said unto me, Son of man, the place of my throne, and the place of the soles of my feet, where I will dwell in the midst of who? The children of Israel forever. You see, I could just be like, I'm finished, yo. I'm tired of, I proved enough. But I'm going to keep going to show you. I'm not doing this for fun or trying to be racist or anything like that. I'm doing it for truth. Whether you like me or not, or my channel, I'm going to get this truth out. Alright? The children of Israel forever. In my holy name shall the house of Israel no more defile, neither they nor their kings, by their whoredom, nor by the carcasses of their kings in their high places. Let's jump down to 9. Now let them put away their whoredom and the carcass of their kings far from me, and I will dwell in the midst of them forever. Not temporary. It says here, Israel forever, and it says here, the midst of them forever. The Most High has not cast off his people. They need to stop saying that. Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. 1, verse 1. At the same time, saith the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people. It did not change. He doesn't change. Now let's go to the New Testament, where people say, well, the New Testament God changed, he came for all people. If you look at my previous video, I showed you that Christ only died for Israel. But let's prove more. Go to Hebrews 8. I want verse 8. Hebrews 8. I want verse 8. For finding fault with them, Israel, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Where is the word at in this? You won't find it, because he's only dealing with the Israelites. He's only dealing with Israel. Let's jump to 10. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. Where is John 3:16 at for everybody? Where is that? You can't find it because it doesn't exist. It don't exist. It doesn't exist. They lied. They lied to us, man. They lied to the whole world. Okay. Let's go to 11. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. He's talking about the Israelites. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. See? And that he say of a new covenant, he have made the first old. Now that which decayeth and wax old is ready to vanish away. Alright, it's only dealing with Israel. Alright, he didn't change to deal with anybody else. Let's go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel 37. Ezekiel 37, and I want verse 26. Moreover, I will make a new covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and I will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. Didn't he say that? So the Most High is not changing. Let's go to Hosea real quick. I'm doing this to expose the truth, man, because these lies we've been taught is crazy. Hosea 2, and I want 18 to 23. And in that day will I make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, and with the creeping things of the ground, and I will break the bow and the sword and the battle out of the earth, and I will make them to lie down safely, and I will betroth them unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment and in loving kindness and in mercies. I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know the Lord. And it shall come to pass in that day, I will hear, saith the Lord, I will hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth. And the earth shall hear the corn and the wine and the oil, and they shall hear Jezreel. And I will sow her unto me in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her that had not obtained mercy. Who is that? Ephraim. And I will say to them which were not my people, Ephraim, not Gentiles, thou art my people, and they shall say, thou art my God. Because Christ brought the Israel back together to become one nation under Christ. I expose this in my videos. Jesus died for the Israelites only, the nation of Judah and the nation of Ephraim, the 10 tribes. All right, let's go to the main source where Paul is saying that the Lord will make a new covenant with Israel, with Judah and Israel, and what the Lord is saying here. Most of y'all know where I'm going to. Let's go to Jeremiah 31, verse 31. This truth has got to come out. Verse 31. Jeremiah 31, verse 31 through 34. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. As you can see in the New Testament, when Paul quoted this, it has not changed to God will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and Judah and the whole world. It stayed the same because God does not change. Let's go to the next page. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day, because the old covenant he made with the Israelites the same way, that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break. Yep, we did break it, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts. Didn't I read that? And write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me. Not meaning the whole world. He's talking about the whole Israel. From the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Not the whole world. Israel is going to be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Let's go to Exodus 6, verse 7. Gotta bring this truth up, man. I don't care if people hate me for it, family members. I'm just gonna bring this out. I can't lie to make people feel comfortable. My soul is at risk. Exodus 6, and I want verse 7. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you a God, and ye shall know that I am the Lord your God, which bringeth you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians. God don't change. He stays the same. He remains the same. He doesn't change. Let's go to Psalms 147. Because God only gave his laws to certain people, not the whole world. He did not give his whole laws and commandments to the whole world. That's not how it worked. He stayed with the same people. But God tells you in his own words though. Psalms 47, and I want 19 to 20. He showeth his word unto who? Jacob. His statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as far as his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So how is they going to get saved if nations going to get saved if they never knew the laws of the Most High God? Only Israel did. Not the whole world. but not saying that Gentiles can't be saved. I'm not saying that. They have to start acknowledging God's people. Alright? The regular Gentile, the heathen Gentile, must acknowledge God's people. He has not cast them off. He made an everlasting covenant with them forever. A blood covenant in the wilderness with Moses and them forever. Not temporary, forever. Let's go to Psalms 103. Psalms 103, and I want verse 7. He made known his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children of Israel. Not the whole world. Precept. Let's go to Leviticus. We gotta get right, man. Israel, we must get right with the Most High, because he's not going to leave us unpunished for not keeping his laws. Leviticus 26, verse 12. And I will walk among you, Israel, and will be your God, and ye shall be my people. All right? The Most High is not changing. He is not changing. He is staying the same. Let's go to Jeremiah 11, verse 4. Somebody gotta get the truth out, and I'm gonna do it for the Lord, because there's a lot of confusion, a lot of false prophets is going out here to lead his people astray, man. Christ talked about them. He said, "Take heed that no man deceive you." I'm doing another video on false prophets, man. Verse 4. Jeremiah 11, verse 4. Which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace, saying, Obey my voice and do them according to all which I command you. So shall ye be my people, and I will be your God. The Most High is not changing, man. He's not changing. So all you Christians could keep waiting for this white Jesus and all of this, and saying the Lord is with us and this, and the Lord, he's not with all nations. He's in the midst of Israel. You gotta come to the Israelites, man. That's why the Most High said, I think it was Joel or Isaiah, he said, 10 men shall come out of all nations and cleave unto the skirt of Judah, and say, now we see that God is with you. Alright? It's all prophecy, man. Let's go to Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30, and I want verse 22. And ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. I could go about this all day, man, bringing this truth. Let's go to Ezekiel. All day bringing this truth. And I bet you Christians and religion people gonna still not listen and go back to their pagan ways. Sad, man. It's really sad, but what can I do? Ezekiel 36. And I want verse 28. 28. And ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. You see that? The Most High loves Israel. Alright. He's still going to dwell among the Israelites. He is not changing. So all people need to stop thinking that the Most High is going to change, which he's not. Let's go to Psalm 50. Psalms 50, and I want verse 7. Hear, O my people, and I will speak, O Israel, and I will testify against thee. I am God, even thy God, even your God. So Psalms 81. Psalms 81, and I want verse 10. I am the Lord thy God, I am the Lord your God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. Alright, let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 41. Isaiah, see how it's jumping straight to the ones I want? Because that's the Most High doing that. Isaiah 41, and I want verse 10. Isaiah 41, I want verse 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. You be not dismayed, for I am thy God, your God. I will strengthen thee, yeah, I will help thee, yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Israel, wake up, man. Come back to the Most High God, statutes and commandments and judgments, man. So he come back to us. He's hiding his face from us right now. Because we've sinned, man. We didn't keep his law, statutes, and commandments. Let's go to Ezekiel. Ezekiel 34. We gotta come back. Israel, wake up, man. Forget this world. This world is gonna perish, man. Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning that follows, man. And Jacob's world is up for everlasting. Christ's kingdom is gonna be everlasting. It's not gonna be it's not gonna stop like Satan's world, like Esau's world. And Esau is not the white man. Just wanted to throw that out there. Ezekiel 34. And I want verse 31. And ye, you, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your God, saith the Lord God. It kills me though. A lot of people swear they know the Most High's real name, but I exposed that in the video. I believe it was my last video that I did, but I'm going to expose more of it. Alright. People don't know the true name of the Most High God. They think they do. Christ said he's going to give us his name and the Lord's name at the end. But back to the topic. Let's go to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew 10. Matthew 10, verse 6. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Did Christ say? But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Because the Father sent them just to go to his people, just like the Old Testament. The Lord is going to save them with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. Isaiah 45 verse 17. Nothing changes in the New Testament. Nothing changed. Let's go to Isaiah 15. I want verse 24. Let's go to the top. Let's start at the top. Then Jesus went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. But he answered her not a word. Why would he not answer her not a word if he came for all people? Why? Why didn't he answer her? Because he only came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He's going to say it again. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after us. What did Christ say to her? But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Not the world, Israel. Just like Christ told Peter and them in Matthew 10 verse 6, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The same thing he told to the woman of Canaan. He did not change. He's the same today, tomorrow, and forever. Let's go to Jeremiah 50 real quick. I'm almost out of here, y'all. We almost up out of here. Jeremiah 50, and I want verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. Wait, what did the Most High God just say? My people have been lost sheep. So the same sheep here, Christ is quoting in the New Testament that the Father sent him to this sheep. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains, for they gone from the mountains to hill. They have forgotten their resting place, which is the Most High God in Christ. All praise and glory to the Most High God, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. I am that I am. This is named to all generations. Let's go to John. Gotta use precepts to find your answers, man. You can't just run around talking about John 3:16 and there's neither Jew nor Greek. Don't have no understanding of it. Paul is talking about the olive tree of Christ. Christ is talking about the world of Israel in John 3:16. John 10, and I want verse 3. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice. Right? Sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name and leadeth them out. The Israelites. Let's go to verse 4. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. That's why he said, my sheep hear my voice. Alright? My sheep hear my voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, run from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. That's right. We know not the voice of strangers. We know the Most High in Christ's voice, and we hearken unto it, listen and obey. That's what we must do, Israel. We must come back. Let's go to 1 Kings. First Kings 22. First Kings 22, and I want verse 17. And he said, I saw all Israel scattered upon the hills as sheep that have not a what? Shepherd. And the Lord said, these have no master. Let them return every man to his house in peace. Alright, the same sheep from the Old Testament is the same sheep that Christ is talking to. and said, I'm sent to. That's the same sheep as have not changed. God does not change. Let's go to Ezekiel. Study to show your answer. Research. Study. That's how you prove yourself worthy. Not blabbing around. Ezekiel 34. Ezekiel 34. And 1 verse 12. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep. God said, I will seek out my sheep and will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day. See that? The Most High is talking about Israel, just like Christ is talking about Israel. He's not changed. People need to get that out their mind. He has not changed. Let's go to Matthew. Look at that, right onto it. The Lord is leading me, man. Matthew 18, and I want verse 11. For the Son of Man is come to save that which was lost. Who is lost? Israel is lost, not the world. Well, the world been lost. They are off balance, the nations and everything, but it's not applying to them. It's not talking about them. Which was lost. We know it's Israel. Israel was lost. Let's go to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 4, and I want verse 3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. So Christ said the same thing, and Paul saying the same thing, but Christians and religious people running with Paul books. That's crazy, and Paul know who he's talking about. That's why you gotta understand the Old Testament to understand the New, because it sounds confusing if you just read the New Testament. You think it applies to the whole world, the way is how it's written. You gotta study, man, the Old Testament. Paul talk about Israelites too. He preached to Israelites, Jews. Nothing changed. No, people can't take this truth, man, but you gotta get it out, man. If it hurt people's feelings, I have to get it out. You know, I'm not doing it to be spiteful or evil. I'm doing it to for the truth. Christ said the truth shall make you free. Luke 19, and I want verse 10. For the Son of Man is come to seek and to save, keyword, save that which was lost. He's not talking about the whole world. He's talking about Israel. Israel will be saved in the Lord with the everlasting salvation. Isaiah 45 verse 17. Let's go to John. John 18. All right, and I want verse 9. That the saying might be fulfilled, which he spake, of them which thou gavest me, which the Father gave Christ, have I lost none. All right, all the some Jews did receive Christ before the word got to the 10 tribes of Israel. They did receive Christ. Not all the Jews rejected Christ. That's another lying doctrine that the church is saying. Let's go right here real quick. All right, John 17 verse 9. Christ said, I pray for them. Who is them? The lost sheep, Israel. I pray not for the world. If he came for the whole world, why is he saying, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. Let's go to John 17, verse 12. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name, Israel. Those that thou gavest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. Christ didn't lose none, man. He didn't lose none. Let's go to Deuteronomy. We're almost out of here, y'all. I don't want to speed it up a little bit. Deuteronomy 7. Deuteronomy 7, 6 through 8. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So everybody is not equal. The Lord did not set his love upon you, Israel, nor choose you, Israel, because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people, Israel. But because the Lord loved you, Israel, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, have the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh king of Egypt. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, your God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandment to 1,000 generations. What does the Lord do? And repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them, for he will not he will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. So all people that hate him, you got a thing coming to you. Let's go to Malachi. Malachi 3 verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. I change not, the Most High said. Therefore, ye sons of who? Jacob are not consumed. Let's go to Hebrews 13. We can kind of wrap this up. Hebrews 13 and verse 8. Let's get a precept. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever. God changing, Christ doesn't change. Precept. Let's go to Hebrews 1, and I want verse 12. And as a vesture shalt thou fold them up, and they shall be changed, but thou art the same, and thy years shall not fail. Most High doesn't change in nothing, man. He stays the same. He stays the same, man. Let's go to Numbers. Numbers 23, and I want verse 19. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Have he said, and shall he not do it? Or have he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Let's go to Psalms 102. Most High does not change, man. He stays the same. Psalms 102, verse 25 to 27. Of old hast thou laid the foundation of the earth, and the heavens are the work of thy hands. They shall perish. What is that? They shall perish, but thou shalt endure. Yea, all of them shall wax old like a garment, and as a vesture shalt thou change them, and they shall be changed. But thou art the same, and thy years shall have no end. All praise and glory. Let's go to Psalms 33. Psalms 33, verse 11. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. His word stands forever, man. He doesn't change. Let's go to Isaiah 45. Isaiah 45. Isaiah 46. Here we go. Isaiah 46, and I want verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. The Most High does not change, people. Let's go to Isaiah 43. Isaiah 43 and verse 10. Ye are my witness, saith the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. Alright. He's like, I am the Lord, and besides me there is no Savior. Most High is the Savior, man. Go to Romans. You're almost out of here, y'all. Romans 11. And I want 29. For the gifts and calling of God are without repentance. Okay? Romans 11, verse 29. Without repentance. Let's go to James 1, verse 17. James 1, verse 17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. Most High does not change. He stays the same. Alright. Let's go to Titus. Okay.